spend less on your kids for back to school. By Sage, proud accounting software provider of the New York Yankees. By the New York Lottery, play today and start imagining your win. And by Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. Two pretty good first basemen there. One's in the Hall of Fame and one probably should be in the Hall of Fame. So the rain has stopped. Will start momentarily. So it was supposed to start at 6:35. Didn't look great around 5 o'clock. It was coming down pretty hard. And the tarp was on the field for about 2.5 hours. But it has cleared up considerably. The skies overhead are beautiful blue. And we will have game 3 of this 3-game set. And Kyle Bradish leads his team out on the field as we move closer to baseball. Let's take a look at the Yankee lineup tonight. Trent Grisham will lead off. Ben Rice, the DH, hit second. Elliot Ramos in left field will hit third. Cleaning up, first baseman Luis Garcia Jr. Jazz Chisholm Jr. was on base 3 times yesterday, scored twice. Second baseman will bat 5th. Batting 6th, playing shortstop, George Lombard Jr. Then Spencer Jones in right. Austin Wells will catch. And the third baseman is Jose Caballero. He'll bat 9th.
That lineup will face this right-hander, Kyle Bradish. This will be his 25th start on the year. You can see lack of run support. The ERA is pretty good. Walks a little high. And let's tell you a little bit more in our Nissan pitcher scouting report. In the Wild Wild West. Well, he's from Arizona, went to New Mexico State, and it kind of describes his pitching, eastbound and down. He's an east-west guy. Sinker slider now, but the eastbound and down, that's more of like the slider on the east side. On the west side goes the sinker, and drop it like it's hot. His breaking ball drops it off the table. When he's right, it's a tough pitch to hit.
Let's take a look at the defense behind him, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Now, Pete Alonso's been the DH for the first 2 games of the series, the last 4 games actually, and he is there at first base, and he's our Car Shield defensive player profile, so he's +2 outs above average this season. And then you look at that number while he was with the Mets since 2019, -33 outs above average. He really worked on his defense, and it is paying off to this point. Ryan Addison is the home plate umpire. The umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's considered neutral. He's had 114 calls challenged, 52 overturned. He calls more high strikes on righties, fewer inside strikes on lefties. So Bradish will try to help the Orioles salvage the final game of this 3-game set. They actually came into this series in a position of the 3rd wild card. They have fallen out of that with the first 2 losses, as the Yankees did just enough offensively to support really good pitching, specifically out of the bullpen. So the Yankees 71-55. The Orioles are 61-66. Grisham, he's ready. Bradish is ready. And let's do it here in Baltimore. First pitch is a strike. We're underway. While the Yankees have won 3 in a row, the Orioles have lost 3 in a row. The final game of that 4-game set against Tampa Bay. Yankees won the final game against Toronto on Sunday, Monday an off day, and they won the first 2 games of this series. High fly ball left field. On the run, Beavers toward the line, slides, can't make the play as the ball hit the screen. So Trent 3 hits and 8 at bats in this series so far. Bradish working from the stretch. And the count 1-2. All the way to the backstop. Bradish, 29 years old, 5th big league season. He was out from June 2024 until last August because of Tommy John surgery. But he got back at the end of the year, made 6 good starts, feel good about himself. And on July 18th, he signed a 5-year, $90 million extension. So they're pretty sure about his health. Grounded. Foul. So in 2023, fourth in the Cy Young voting with a 2.83. Told you about the extension.
He knows who Tommy John is.
And so does the guy he's opposing. Three and two. And that's going to be challenged. Orioles will challenge. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile.
The call is confirmed. Baltimore has 1 challenge remaining.
So the call confirmed there. And here's the payoff. He walked him. That'll bring up Ben Rice. He had a home run yesterday. What a blast it was. A 447-foot home run. Means baseball fans score too. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com.
I knew that went farther. See, I corrected myself. Farther, not further.
I mean, that's an impressive home run, David, when it traveled 16 more feet overnight.
Exactly.
Guys, I've never seen anything like it. And it's funny, I mentioned that to Ben Rice today in the clubhouse, and he said, I thought they were a little light on that last night. He knew exactly about the fact that they had changed it. Longest home run in Ben Rice's career.
I've never seen one hit up there where he hit it. I saw Darryl Strawberry hit one off of Scott Erickson the other way in the second bullpen up top, but we'll take another look here at this blast.
StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. So the original was 431, and then it found 16 more feet. Grounded foul. So Ben has had 2 home runs his last 3 games, a big extra inning home run in Toronto on Sunday, then yesterday, and that's after he had just 1 in his previous 18 games. Ramos on deck. About a 25-minute rain delay to start the game. Now we are good to go.
Definitely breezy too. It kind of feels like in from left a little bit, cross-side Mary breeze.
I've known you a long time. I've never heard that expression. Who's Mary?
Never heard of cross-side Mary?
No, I never did. Never met her. Never heard of her. Let's see if they send Grisham 3-2. Nope. Popped up. Shallow left. Beavers on the run. Coming in. Still coming in. And puts it away. That was up there. 1 out. Remember, the Yankees have gone 18 straight games without scoring in the first inning. Organization record is 24 straight. Runner on first. Here's Ramos, who would love to drive in a run. Forget about that first inning. He's yet to drive in a run as a Yankee. 17-game streak dating back to the Giants without a ribby. So 242 hitter overall with the Yankees. 095. Boy, David Bradish really milks that clock on every single pitch. Makes it go right down to the end.
It helps because he pitches from the stretch. And I think you've heard me say this, Michael. If I could go back and do my career over, I would do that. I would pitch from the stretch. Even with nobody on, he does. And the reason is I think it just helps you hide your pitches better. It helps you gather yourself. There's less that can go wrong. I used to tip my pitches constantly from the windup. Nowadays, if you tip your pitches, you're gonna get caught quickly.
Two and two. This could be two. There's one. And there's two. 19 straight games without scoring in the first inning as Ramos bangs into an inning-ending double play. Orioles coming to the plate. Inning here in Baltimore, I did some research and saw some lyrics, and Aqualung tells me you're a strange little bird, David.
Yeah,
you are
Jethro
a strange little bird.
Jethro Tull with the electric flute, one of my all-time favorites.
Jackson Holiday, Pete Alonso, and Gunnar Henderson at the top of the order. Basayo, Encarnacion, Strand, and Beavers in the middle. Taveras, Cowser, and Narvaez will round it out for the Orioles against Garrett Cole.
And here he is, Mr. Cole, toeing the slab at Camden Yards. Be his 16th start on the year. The numbers are good across the board. And let's tell you a little bit more in our Nissan Pitcher Scout Report. And Gasolina, Daddy Yankee, that's right. His fastball's been as good as ever. And these eyes, that's the intensity of Garrett Cole when he puts his game face on. He's a different guy on game day. And then work it. He's working it more. 4-pitch mix, more change-ups, knuckle curves, just like Missy Elliott. He's working it.
And flip it and reverse it. Here's Holiday. We're going deep into the catalogs, aren't we?
We are.
0-1 on Holiday. 0 for 8 in the series so far. Cole deals. Now, one aspect of this game that you really have to think ahead, especially if you're Aaron Boone and Matt Blake, the Yankee bullpen has been used, and the people that finish games, they're not available tonight in all likelihood because they've pitched 2 days in a row. So, David, do you think that Cole knows I've got to give them some length?
Yes, I think he probably is his own. He thinks he's going 7 innings every time. I mean, a starter like Garrett Cole doesn't really think that way. That's every start for him. He looks to get deep in the game. I mean, in the middle of the game, if you need, you have about, Yarbrough there too as well. So that's the value of having him now. That he's probably the only middle relief guy they have. Blackburn's now, the 8th inning guy.
I mean, if you're thinking about closing the game, you're probably thinking about De Los Santos or Hill if it's a certain lane that's coming up for the Orioles. But you want to get a lead and worry about that when it happens. And that's the beauty of baseball. All the games are interconnected. You want to win that game, but it does impact the next game too. Tipped into the glove of Wells, and Holiday down on strikes. Check out the Yankee defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Ramos, Grisham, and Jones left to right in the outfield. Infield, Caballero, Lombard, Chisholm, and Garcia. Wells behind the plate, Ben Rice to DH. So here's Pete Alonso. And that one is looped into right field. It's a base hit. And it is a career-long 12-game hitting streak.
Well, this just in. The polar bear is pretty good. Strong guy. Can fight that off. Uses all parts of the ballpark.
thought he handled the home run not being overturned yesterday, or the foul ball not being overturned. I thought he handled that well. He's still convinced it was a home run. The Orioles are convinced as well, and they're looking at it from the first base dugout, so they have a pretty clear view, but it was challenged, umpires challenged, and they didn't see enough to overturn it.
What if he finishes with 499 home runs in his career?
He will remember yesterday then. You know, when you look down the lines here, David, I never really realized it until it impacts the game. Those foul poles are really short. And, you know, foul poles don't have a specific length that they have to be or height that they have to be. But just the aesthetics of it, they didn't want it any higher than that. And that impacted the call.
That may impact a look at the rules or a look at a solution for that particular play. Pete Alonso called for some sort of StatCast metric, you know, and we've seen that on social media today. Tom Tango, one of the great analysts of all time, in my opinion. He had a great social media feed today. I know you showed it to me. They have the technology to add, to be able to alleviate that situation we saw last night and be more definitive. I suspect that may be looked at a little closer.
And that was enormous at the time. The game was tied at 3. So if that home run is a home run, they're up 4-3, and maybe that 8th inning for the Yankees looks a little bit different, a little more pressure. And we saw that with Aaron Judge last year at George M. Steinbrenner Field, when that's where the Rays were playing. So it's a minor league ballpark, and the foul poles are not that high. And the Yankees convinced to this day that that was a home run, and they didn't change it. I thought about lasers. What if they have lasers at the top of the? And I mentioned that today on my radio show, and somebody said, "Well, you can't do that because of planes." But I'm sure there's a workaround.
There has to be a workaround. The technology is available.
You almost kind of use what they have in the NFL as yard markers. But two. And you almost think, you know, the advent of AI, you involve Claude, Chat GPT, they'll figure it out, right?
Absolutely. Just a matter of time.
Well, Michael, when Pete Alonso was asked about it after the game, he said in the NFL, the pylons, they have a camera there. You can see exactly what's happening at the goal line. They have to be able to do something like that in tennis. They have Hawkeye. There's a variety of technologies already out there that you think would help in that case. Aaron Boone asked about it, though, Michael, and he said, above my pay grade.
That one falls untouched. Ramos couldn't get there. He's playing toward left center against the left-handed Henderson.
You see the wind kind of knocked that ball down. The wind's clearly a factor here. After the weather we had, the storm going through, pretty breezy up there.
Cole cleaning out his spikes. And there's a walk to Henderson. So first and second. One man out, bringing up Basayo.
It's always the first inning for a starter, trying to get settled in. You can see him digging at his spikes, looking at his alignment. For every starting pitcher, what we call a fresh skin on the mound is you got to dig your holes out. You got to get yourself situated out there. Sometimes that's a problem early on.
And a strike to Basayo. We're in the bottom of the first inning, just underway. Yankees against the Orioles, final game of this 3-game set. After the game, the Yankees head back to New York. They'll start a 3-game series at the stadium against the Blue Jays tomorrow night. And the Blue Jays helped the Yankees today, or possibly helped them. Afternoon game, they beat Tampa Bay 5-1. So the Yankees could move to within 4 games if they pick up a win, and that would be the closest they've been since the beginning of August. Popped up, right side, Garcia watches it go into the seats. Basillo signed a long-term contract with the Orioles. He's an impressive young player, and he nearly signed with the Yankees as an amateur. But the deal fell through because a previous signing of Garrett Cole as a free agent cost the team international bonus pool money. So they didn't have that money to sign him in the pool because they signed Cole.
He's always had the hit tool. I'm not sure where he's going to play a lot. I know he can catch, but he's here because of that bat.
Orioles are really making Cole work here in the first inning. This is a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, by the way. He's at 20 pitches. Swing and a miss. 97. Basillo strikes out.
Boy, it really is nice if you're a pitcher and you got that kind of gasolina and you can go to it whenever you need it. And that's that riding action that he's getting now. I think that's the difference over the last 8 starts. The carry that he's getting on that fastball. It's an extra gear.
Here is Christian Encarnacion Strand. First and second, 2 outs. He's got good velocity early. 0-1. '98 again. 0-2. So see the jump in 4-seam velocity. That surgery certainly worked.
The jump in velo and the movement profile of it too.
Just missed it. 99. He's proud of his stuff tonight.
Yes.
Lined and caught there by Caballero. And Cole works out of trouble. No runs a hit, 2 men left. We go to the second. Well, let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Luis Garcia Jr. to hit 1 or more home runs at plus 500. He has not had a home run since his first game with the Yankees. Hitting .216 with the Yankees, .275 overall. The combination of Ramos and Garcia have struggled. There's no other way to put it. They have not been the jolt of offense that the Yankees were hoping for, but it's still early. Obviously, you don't give up on people, but the Yankees need an offensive jolt. Oh, 0-2. just missed the outside corner. 2-2. So it's Garcia, Chisholm, and Lombard, the junior portion of the lineup.
You can see Narvaez, after being 0 for 1 on challenge systems, he's going to have to take his time. He wanted that one too. A little hesitant. And to your point, you've said this all along, Michael. You burn him early, boy, that really handcuffs you.
Certainly handcuffed the Yankees on Tuesday. They burned their challenges after 4 innings, and then Caballero got punched out late in the game on a ball that was clearly outside the strike zone, and there was no recourse. Two. Right down the middle. Garcia down on strikes.
Well, when you get a hitter sitting off speed, guarding with 2 strikes, that's the best pitch, inside corner. Because if you don't pull the trigger soon enough, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get frozen. So if you're guarding off speed, looking, breaking ball, trying to protect. Greg Maddux all the way to the Hall of Fame with that inside corner strike 3 call.
Here's Jazz Chisholm. And he pops it up. Cowser coming on. 2 outs. Here's George Lombard Jr. Parents are here. I met his dad in the hotel lobby this afternoon. And he said that game at Yankee Stadium, George's debut, first game he'd ever seen his son play professionally. He obviously, managing or coaching against him in spring training a couple of times, but he's got a job, so he can't be at all the games. But Mr. and Mrs. Lombard have made their way. It's an off day for the Tigers.
What a feeling it must be for those two. Not only the one playing right here that you see, but also his brother, who's in the minor leagues and made a splash in his debut.
One and one. Had 2 hits yesterday. First 13 games, he has a .380 on base percentage. 4 for 7 in this series.
A high-quality slider from Bradish. Slider curveball combination, now throwing more sinkers than 4-seamers, but he's always been able to spin it.
Popped up and out of play. Now our good buddy Jack Curry, he has a podcast and it's going to drop tomorrow, and he has George's mom on. So it's Yankees News and Views with Judy Lombard.
Well, they both got their game face on right now, right? Professional parents.
Swing and a miss. Lombard down on strikes. Yankees go down in order. And we'll go to the 2nd inning. Bottom. 0-0. Hey, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture is of the Cruz family. Had a great day at Yankee Stadium. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. And there's a strike to Dylan Beavers. Had a home run yesterday against Fernando Cruz. That tied the game at 3. And there's strike 2. Beavers Tavares and Cowser against the veteran right-hander. Take a look at his home run last night on the Optimum Fiber Famously Fast replay.
Fastball down and out over the plate. And he absolutely hammered it the other way.
Fouled away. Popped up. Caballero. Now, a member of the media alerted Garrett Cole of something that became something of interest to him. So Garrett Cole is a former first pick in the draft. And since the draft became a thing, there has never been a first pick pitcher that has won 162 games in the big leagues in his career. And he would be the first. His record right now is 159 and 86. So no one has gotten to a win for every game that you play in a season. And Garrett said, I had never heard that. That's really cool. So you know that's on his mind. Fly ball left field on the run. Ramos toward the line. And he puts it away. They say in fair territory for the second out.
Just shows you how difficult it is to project baseball talent on the amateur level. How many first overall picks in other sports do you see that don't excel? Or at least the majority of them. Baseball, there's a lot of first pick of the nations that didn't work out.
You know, you talk to people and say it's the hardest sport to draft. It's hard to project what a high school kid's going to be when he fills out and when he starts seeing major league pitching. It's easier in football and basketball, but it's really, really difficult in baseball. There's a lot of guesswork. Strike three. Cowser down looking. Third strikeout for Garrett Cole, and he did it on 10 pitches. 1-2-3 inning. Keeping it economical. We go to the third. Cole against Brett.
Welcome back to Baltimore as we head to the top of the third. Ryan McMahon is not in tonight's starting lineup. If you remember back to last night in the second, he slid into second base trying to stretch a single into a double, injuring his left hand. He did stay in the game at first, eventually leaving late. The Yankees sent him for some x-rays. When I spoke to him in the clubhouse today, he said his thumb felt a lot better, but there was still a lot of swelling in it, guys. He had a neoprene sleeve on his thumb trying to get that swelling out. He's scheduled to go for some more tests tomorrow, most likely an MRI, according to Aaron Boone. When I asked McMahon whether or not he thought he could be an option for the team should they need him tonight, he said, look, I'm on the active roster. If they need me, I will be good to go. But all indications are Aaron Boone wants to stay away from him. They had the tarp on the field all pregame, so he wasn't able to go through any drills. And Aaron Boone said to his knowledge he was not going to try to pick up a bat. So most likely not an option. We'll see what the MRI tomorrow brings for Ryan McMahon. But he is optimistic that original x-ray came back negative, so no break in his thumb, guys.
So the Yankees over the last couple of years, they've mashed the baseball. This year it's a mash unit. It's just amazing how many people, important people, have been lost to injury.
Michael, there is some good news on the captain, though. Aaron Boone said he started hitting off a tee today, so another step in the right direction for him. When asked what the next step is, he said, let's take it one step at a time here, see how he does with that, and go from there. He then added, I'm just looking forward to seeing him and Giancarlo Stanton tomorrow when the Yankees return back to the Bronx.
And that report on Aaron Judge, our injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. That one is a base hit to right field off the bat of Spencer Jones. So he leads off the third inning with a single.
Well, the intoxicating talent of Spencer Jones. When you think about it, when he does connect, you know, obviously all the talk about the strikeout rate, his exit velocity is top notch. He's averaging over 94 miles an hour off of his bat so far. That is elite. Elite sprint speed as well, and good arm strength. So that's the question, Michael. Boy, the ceiling on Spencer Jones is so high, but yes, can he get the strikeout rate down? And really, since he's come back up, he's held his own pretty well. Sprint speed 29.2 feet, second per feet, and you know, that is elite, top percentile in terms of speed. Arm strength around 90 miles an hour as well.
Well, he is the fastest Yankee on the 26-man roster. There's a base hit to right field off the bat of Wells. Jones makes the turn. He'll go to third. Ball cut off by Taveras, fires into second. And the Yankees have runners on the corners and nobody out.
Another good job by Wells. Getting a good pitch to hit, not missing it. Talk about all hitters who struggle. It's usually how I'm taking too many good pitches and I'm swinging at too many bad pitches. Gets a good one, hammers it. Spencer Jones turns it on a minute there, but he can collide.
And Caballero, starting at third in place of Ryan McMahon, takes the ball. Three 3-0 on the number 9 hitter in the Yankee order, Jose Caballero. And a strike. Three and two. First and third, nobody out. Nothing here in the third. Single by Jones and Wells. Grounded and grabbed by Holiday. Goes to second one. They drop the ball. He gets no one. Run scores. Yankees lead 1-0. Henderson could not handle the throw from Holiday. So an RBI for Caballero, and it's 1-0 Yanks.
Nice job by Caballero. Hits it hard the other way. Holiday wheels and deals, and that's on Gunnar Henderson. Just got ahead of himself. He's got no chance to turn this. You got to just get one. There's no way you're going to get Caballero there. You've got to make sure you get one there.
So fielder's choice, an RBI, and the runner reaches second on an E6. So the Yankees on the board first. It is 1-0. Here's Trent Grisham. One and 0.
Yankees approach really good against Bradish, especially this inning, because they know you're going to see a steady diet of breaking balls, so make him throw for strikes.
One on Grisham, who walked in the first inning. It started with a single by Spencer Jones, and he came around to score on the fielder's choice. Two and one on Grisham. Rice on deck. It's an interesting mask that Narvaez has. It looks like a combination of the old mask and then the newfangled mask. So the actual mask seems like what the catchers used to have, and then he has a hockey mask behind it.
Got a little Silence of the Lambs look to it, huh?
Grounded up the middle. Grabbed by Holiday. There's one. On to first. There's two. So they turn that well. 4-6-3. Moving to third as Wells.
Yeah, this one's tailor-made. Right there, easy flip. Plenty of arm strength with that guy.
So that brings up Rice. One.
Catchers.
Oh.
Oof.
Destroyed a pitch comp too.
Ricochet too.
I was reading a story about catchers and those kind of foul balls, and also in unfortunate spots as well. They are up now because people are down on one knee, so that whole side is open. And so foul balls occasionally get you on the side of the leg and someplace else. You would think if catchers are going to continue to do that, they would put some kind of shin guard on the inside of their thighs.
It's not a bad idea. Maybe some sort of pad underneath the pants, maybe. Or
yeah. Line drive, base hit. Scoring as well. It's an RBI single for Ben Rice's 80th ribby of the year, and it's a 2-0 Yankee lead.
A little two-out love for Ben Rice. How about that plate coverage? That's a ball off the plate. He reaches out and serves it to left field. Ball's almost in the batter's box.
Ben Rice likes hitting against the Orioles. 18th game against them, 19th run batted in.
That redemption home run he hit in Toronto after the 9th inning air, boy, that might be the trigger that gets him going again.
So 2-0 on a Ramos. Two and one. Two.
Classic, you're struggling, right? You're 2-0, you swing at the ball and take the strike right down the middle.
You know, it's funny, David, the schedule did not do the newly acquired Ramos any favors, because after facing so many left-handers, the Yankees have just faced righty starter after righty starter, and his strength is hitting against left-handed pitching. So he's facing righties all the time, and he has not been able to come through. Runner will go, 3-2, 2 outs. High fly ball, right field and deep. Tavares back, turning, looking, it's off the high wall. There goes Rice, he will score. It's the first RBI as a Yankee for Ramos, and the Yankees lead 3-0. You think he's happy?
Swinging at good pitches helps. Right there and just drilled. The only question is it over that wall or not? Right at the top. Another big hit with 2 outs after the double play ball. How close? Yeah.
Well, if it's a little to the left, it's a home run.
Yes, it is.
17-game streak now snapped without an RBI, so finally a chance to exhale and smile.
Yeah, just look at the body language. We talk about you need something tangible as a hitter to loosen you up.
So Drew French, the pitching coach, goes out and talks with Bradish. He's going to throw his 29th pitch right here of the inning. Garcia checks a swing. Count 1-0. Skied the other way. On the run is Beavers, and it's in the seats.
Yankees have had several hard hit balls this inning. 4 of them 100 miles an hour or over.
Count 2-1. Nub slowly at the third baseline, stays fair. It's a base hit. It's a base hit. You couldn't have rolled that any better.
I think you have to give the Baltimore grounds crew credit here. And look at the spin on that thing. The corkscrew. But just a beautifully manicured field here. That played a part, and that ball's staying fair.
3-0 Yankees. Here's Jazz Chisholm.
.63 pitches for Bradish here in the bottom of the third.
Ball gets away. Runners stay put. And Wolfram is up.
It's a Joe Girardi line there, right? That's what, you got to look for a spot for a Girardi line. I mean, you got a reliever up in the third. It's not what you want.
It's not what you want. Because the Orioles have also had to use a lot of relievers in the first 2 games. Two and two.
Do you really stir your drink with your glasses with Girardi next to you?
Yes.
You used your glasses to stir your drink?
Yes, I did. Tea.
Tea?
Yeah. He was offended. 2-2. Really making Bradish work. I think I used these. Just dumped them in. Did the job.
Worked?
No, you wouldn't be offended, right?
Nothing offends me.
That I knew. Things offend Joe. Two-two. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. But the Yankees, 3 runs in an inning. It's an offensive orgy. And this guy really needed it. Ramos goes the other way. His first RBI as a Yank. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. By Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. And by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deals so right, they almost feel wrong. Only at your local Hyundai dealer. You got to make a choice, David. The Wire or The Sopranos? What's your choice?
I think they're pretty close to 1 and 2, although I'm a big Breaking Bad fan. So, but yeah, those 2 right there. Whoa. Top 5.
3-0 Yankees. We go to the bottom of the third. So Cole getting some room to work. And Narvaez takes a strike. Grounded to Lombard. 1 away. And here's Jackson Holiday. And Cole drops in a knuckle curve.
Love it. Automatic strike. If you've got command of that pitch, as hard as he throws against lefties.
And then it comes back with gas. 0-2. Now what do you do?
Whatever you want. Ball's in his hand. What are you feeling? Up the ladder. Breaking ball down and in. Just playing around out there now. I feel like throwing a changeup. Look at that. Ooh, almost held on to it.
Popped up, left side, Wells and Caballero. And Caballero runs into Wells but holds on to the out.
Well, we saw Wells in this series made an unbelievable catch in a kick slide. We know he's got range, but Caballero's easily there, and it's his ball if he's got it. Wells sees at the last minute, just in time.
Pete Alonso takes a strike. Cole tried to direct traffic and then just wished for the best. Quickly 0-2 on Pete.
You hear a lot of hitting coaches talk about hitters getting off their A swing, and Pete Alonso gets off his A swing just about as good as anybody. Sometimes you swing and miss. Sometimes you foul them off. Sometimes you launch them.
He's launched 29 of them.
That was the Reggie Jackson line, right? I may have swung and missed, but I never took a bad pass. Meaning he always got his A swing off.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Alonso down on strikes. So Cole has retired 8 in a row. We played 3. Yankees lead 3-0. Play FanDuel's Daily Dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. Here are the featured home run odds for today's players. George Lombard plus 1,400. It's high. Spencer Jones plus 900. Lombard in just 13 games has 2 home runs. Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard 3-0 Yankees. And a strike.
You can see Narvaez a little gun shy after missing the first one. Should I? He would have got it if he did.
High fly ball. Shallow center. Cowser couldn't see it. Now he does.
Jones got it started in the third. 102-mile-an-hour line drive to right on a curveball.
Big cut. High fly ball right field. Leody Taveras for out number 2. Well, go all in on game nights with MLB Plus. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week. Plus, live radio broadcast of every game, Game Day 3D, Big Inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Wells fouls it back, knocked down in the on-deck circle by Caballero. Wells singled to right after Jones's single in that 3rd inning. Oh, and 2.
Yankees scored 3 in the last inning. 2 were unearned because of Gunnar Henderson's error, so that cost Bradish a little bit there.
And he waves at that one, and Bradish bounces back with a 1-2-3, 4th inning. Strong 3 innings for Garrett Cole. Let's see what we see. Pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Well, I told you about it in our scouting report. Daddy Yankee tonight. Gasolina. 18 times the Orioles have swung at his fastball, and they've missed it 7 already.
Gunnar Henderson takes a strike. Count 0-1 as we start the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-out single by Pete Alonso, a little blooper into right field in the 1st inning. That's the only hit allowed. And Garrett Cole also walked Gunnar Henderson right after that. Since then, he's retired 8 in a row. First 2 games of this series, Yankee pitching has held the Orioles to 4 runs. If you say, well, is that okay? Well, 8 straight games before this series, they'd score 4 or more runs. Their offense was clicking, and the Yankees so far have shut down a pretty potent offense. And the Orioles have lost 3 straight games now. And down goes Gunnar Henderson.
Well, the old school pitching theory was if you establish your fastball, you'll get these kind of swings out of the zone. Garrett Cole's kind of an old school pitcher.
Here's Samuel Basallo. Ground ball. Jazz Chisholm. 2 away. Well, Cole will take that. "25 pitches in the 1st inning, but he's kind of reset the clock with those economical innings afterward. 5 pitches. He's got 2 outs here in the 4th.
Yeah, that is the sweet spot for all pitchers. If you can get strikeouts when you need them and get easy outs as well and soft contact. It's a beautiful combination.
Oh, 0-1 on Encarnacion Strand. 1-1. Orioles had first and second, 2 outs in the first inning, and Encarnacion Strand hit a hard line drive, but right at Caballero to end the threat, end the inning. And since then, Cole's been dealing. And as David said, first inning always a challenge, especially for veteran pitchers. Nub foul.
See Cole get into a groove and start to work it now. A lot of fastballs early, struggling first inning to Michael's point. Now he's he's getting into the mix.
Two and two.
Nothing wrong with that pitch.
Grounded foul. Three, 5-0 for the Yanks. 0-1-1 for the O's. So Encarnacion Strand making Cole work just a little bit as the pitch count is up to 58. But if he gets an out here in the next 2 pitches, you'll take 15 pitches an inning, then you're going to give your team length. Swing and a miss. 11 in a row retired by Garrett Cole. That's his 6th strikeout of the night. We go to the 5th. Yankees are up 3-0. Time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen. This is considered a 10. A 10. 237, 112 home runs, 382 ribbies. Started with the Orioles. A couple of years at the Yankees, ended with the Padres. Let me tell you how hard this one is. You ready? So Brian Hoke, who does such a great job covering the Yankees for MLB.com, he always goes to Troy and said, can I see it? Because they like to play along and they might not see it on the screen in the press box. And Troy said, don't even try. You have no chance. Just like that. Dismissed them. Fly ball, center field. Caballero is retired. So he wouldn't show it to him. He just said, no, you're not going to know it.
That's it?
Yeah, I don't know it. I didn't even ask to see, especially when he shot down Brian Hoke like that. 112 home runs. So 70, 71. That's when I really started getting into baseball. Line drive. It's a base hit to right center for Grisham.
Trent Grisham all over that slider right in the heart of the plate. Get good pitches to hit. You got a better chance to hit hard.
I just got it, David. I just guessed it.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah. Pulled it completely out of the recesses of my abnormally large head.
There's a lot of brain in that head.
I actually think that Brian Hoke could have gotten this.
I love the old logos.
Yeah.
And see how they've changed over the years. Look at the old Orioles one, the Astros, the Astrodome.
and the swinging A's. 1-1 on Rice. RBI single in the third. 2-1.
I got to get Meredith down there. You know, the home run celebration they do in the dugout.
Right.
You know, I made that suggestion, the Yankee Doodle Dandy, the top hat.
Right.
I don't know if they go for that or not. Maybe I can get Meredith in on it.
So you would have Meredith wear the top hat?
Well, like, yeah, well, okay, that works too. But I mean, you know, everybody's got a prop in the dugouts nowadays.
So Rice works a walk.
So, David, you think they'll let me in the dugout during all home run celebrations? I mean, that sounds pretty fun.
No, I want the hat to be passed around to the guy who hit the home run.
So, I got to hand off the hat to the home run.
Just like the homer jacket that the Blue Jays have, the trident in Seattle. Everybody's got sort of a prop they use for the home run celebration in the dugout. The Orioles had sort of the beer bongs,
right,
with water,
yeah,
for a while there. I'm not sure if they're still doing it.
Grounded up the middle off of Bradish, right to Henderson, and he turns it into a double play. You score that 1-6-3 as Ramos grounds into 2. We're halfway through. It's 3-0 Yanks. Well, when Garrett Cole struck out Encarnacion Strand to end the fourth, that was his 6th strikeout. 6 Yankee strikeout, brought to you by your local tri-state Audi dealers. Beavers leads off the 5th, and there's a strike from Cole. Yankees lead 3-0. Cole has retired 11 in a row.
It's now 14 for 15 in first pitch strikes tonight for Garrett Cole.
Beavers popped up to third to lead off the second. Leading off here in the 5th, 1-2. So we talked about Cole trying to become the first pitcher selected first in the draft to get to 162 wins in his career. There have been only 4 #1 overall picks. That was driven deep to right field. There it goes. See ya. Drive off the bat of Beavers. First run for the Orioles. It's 3-1 Yanks.
Couple of impressive at-bats for Beavers in this series.
There's Leody Taveras. Bunts in the air. Who's going to get it? Caballero could not get there.
We saw Dylan Beavers go the other way last night, and I tell you what, he got to that pitch. Look at him beat him to the spot. That was not a bad pitch. Give Beavers credit. Beat him to the spot and launched it. Kid's got some pop.
Orioles on the board with their second hit, a home run, 3-1 Yanks. Center field, deep, going back Grisham, and he reaches up and smoothly makes the play. All right, so there have been 4 #1 overall picks that have made the Hall of Fame. Out of all of them.
Since the draft began.
Since the draft began. Griffey, Chipper Jones, Joe Mauer, and Harold Baines.
Wow.
And when you have the #1 pick, you expect that person to be a person of import that really contributes for a long time. And sometimes, a lot of times, it doesn't work out.
That's why all owners and front offices want more information nowadays.
Popped up. Cowser. Caballero. 2 outs.
Used to be the scouts sitting in the stands writing handwritten reports, and now no, they want all the new technology and information on every player as far down the amateur level as they can get it.
And David, the Yankees had a #1 draft pick, Brian Taylor. Sometimes it's out of your control. He got into a fight that wasn't on the field, and he injured his shoulder. A lot of people say that he was can't miss.
Left-handed flamethrower.
Foul back. 0-2. About to deal pitch number 70. Wants a new baseball. When you toss away a ball that essentially has not been hit, it just doesn't feel right. The seams don't feel right. Well, what are you tossing away?
Sometimes it's just nervous energy. You might be buying yourself a little more time with the pitch clock. But yeah, there are different feels to baseballs. The seams feel different. They are handmade. Some of the seams might be a little higher. You see him feeling, gripping, feeling the seams right there. The seams are everything for a pitcher. That's how you put spin on the ball. That's how you move the ball.
So you want higher seams.
Yeah, so you can really get a good grip and create the friction you need to generate tight spin. Life is about friction, Michael. Same on the pitcher's mound. And your radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Be boring without friction.
2-2. Three and 2 on Narvaez. 3 for 36 as an Oriole since coming over from Boston. Now he's 3 for 37, gobbled up there by Chisholm, and that'll do it. So the home run by Beavers puts the Orioles on the board after 5, 3-1 Yanks. Thank you, Justin, and there's the list. So Randy Johnson did it in 262 games, 10 more for DeGrom, then Clayton Kershaw 277, Garrett Cole 278. We start the 6th inning. Luis Garcia Jr. swings at the first pitch and hits it deep to right field. Tavares back, track, wall, see ya. A home run for Garcia. His second as a Yankee, and the Yankees lead 4-1.
right there, Meredith. Top hat. No, not gonna happen, is it?
Meredith, I think the proper channels for this would be to go to the guy who's hitting off a tee right now. I think he would have a lot to say.
Well, Michael, lucky for David, we'll be back in New York tomorrow. Perhaps I can bring that up with him.
Okay.
I will say the Yankees did have a little bit of a celebration a couple of years back when Didi Gregorius and Ronald Torreyes were on the team. They had the Toe Night Show in the dugout after good plays and home runs.
And here's a home run.
Slider down the middle. No doubter. Lean back.
Boy, did you see the expression of disgust by Narvaez? Just dropped his head, turned the other way, didn't even want to look. Here's George Lombard Jr. 0 for 2. 0-1. So George's mom and dad are in the ballpark, and his dad doesn't get an opportunity that often to see him because he's the bench coach, and there they are for the Detroit Tigers. And I'm wondering, David, when mom and dad were in the stands when you were pitching, did it affect you?
Not really. Once you're into the game, you know you don't have time to think about that, but you know beforehand, and certainly after, you could share with them. And as you pointed out earlier, he and his father, since George has been a professional, haven't had that kind of interaction live, face to face. Everything's been on the phone.
Now, he did admit to me, Dad admitted to me, that he rushed from Pittsburgh yesterday and he got here for the 5th inning, so he did see the single with the bases loaded. So this is he's seen 2.5 games. Swing and a miss. Didn't you once tell me the most emotional time for you was you coming off the mound in Oakland? You had 7 no-hit innings after the aneurysm, and you saw your dad sitting behind the dugout?
Yeah, I've never seen my father sit that close, right over the dugout in the first row. There's a family section usually, and it's up and away, and you kind of have to know where to live. You have to try to find your family in the stands. But every time I'd walk off the mound, I'd walk right to him, almost eye to eye. So, yeah, that was unique.
The guy who taught you how to pitch.
Absolutely.
Spencer Jones fouls it away. (4-1) Yankees. So Luis Garcia Jr. with 2 hits. Ramos with an RBI double, which he needed. First Yankee RBI. And you have to know, it's hard to hit if you've been on a team for 10 years. But when you just join a team, you want to show them what they have. And then when you're starting off slowly, it probably just ratchets up the pressure.
Yeah, not joining just any team, joining the Yankees.
Wolfram was up during that 3rd inning. He's up again, one of 2 left-handers in the bullpen. High fly ball, left center and deep. Beavers back, going back, looking up, see ya. Going the other way, a home run for Spencer Jones, and the Yankees lead 5-1. That's some serious juice the other way, and that knocks Bradish out of the game.
That is the kill shot for Kyle Bradish. And that was not a cheapie either.
6th home run of the year for Spencer Jones, 2nd hit of the game. And that goes a long way the other way. The left-hander hits it to left field. No doubt about it. They go to the pen. Come out to Yankee Stadium Tuesday, August 25th when the Yankees take on the Astros for Yankees Rugby Shirt Night. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Yankees Rugby courtesy of WFAN. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Grant Wolfram comes on to face Austin Wells. So Bradish threw 100 pitches. The 100th pitch was deposited into the seats by Spencer Jones. 2 home runs he allowed in this inning. Yankees up by 4. Ground ball first base. Alonso takes it himself, and that'll do it. But the Yankees add 2 to the lead with a couple of long blows. A home run off the bat of Luis Garcia Jr., his 25th. And then Spencer Jones goes the other way, his 6th of the year. And when it lands, the Yankees have themselves a 5-1 lead. Well, hey kids, check out a new season of Hexclad presents Bronx Buds, featuring all new adventures around the city. Catch the latest episode streaming now exclusively on the Gotham Sports app. New episodes drop Saturday mornings. 5-1 Yankees lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. They're trying to sweep this 3-game set in Baltimore. Top of the order for the Orioles against Garrett Cole. And a strike.
Garrett Cole has got 6 called strikes with that knuckle curve tonight. Tremendous weapon to jump up 0-1 quickly.
1-2.
Staying in that windup for a long time too, grooving out there. Meredith has covered that a lot, that new windup that we talked about earlier this year. He's really settled in with that rhythm with it.
And Holiday strikes out. He's had a rough series. He's 0 for 11 against the Yanks.
He got worked over right there.
And that strikeout ties him with Roger Clemens for 12th place in Yankee franchise history.
Threw him a hook, pounded him in, change up away.
There's Pete Alonso. Orioles have just 2 hits. Alonso a single in the first, then Beavers the home run to lead off the 5th. 7 strikeouts for Garrett Cole and 1 walk. That almost hit Alonso. Now, Dan Martin, covering the Yankees in this series for the New York Post, spoke to Alonso yesterday and asked him, are you taking any joy in the struggles that the Mets are having, especially at first base, and the guy that was supposed to replace you been injured, Jorge Polanco, as he takes a single up the middle. So he has 2 hits tonight, and he said, honestly, I'm not the spiteful type, which I can't understand, but I don't know what he truly feels, but he said, I'm not that way. It's going to be interesting to see in September. The Orioles go to Citi Field. What kind of reception? Met fans love Pete Alonso.
Yes, and rightly so.
So Alonso 2 for 3 against Cole. Here's Gunnar Henderson. Grounded past to diving Caballero into left field. Alonso will stop at second. First and second, 1 man out here in the 6th.
Gunnar Henderson going out and covering a pitch off the plate. Ball's off the plate. It's not a strike.
So here's Basayo. And he drops a changeup in on the first pitch. Yankees have some action in their bullpen. There's a right-hander up. It's Fernando Cruz. 0-2 on the Basayo. First and second, one out. 5-1 Yanks. Swing and a miss. Got him on the change. 8th strikeout for Cole.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Change up, slider, change up. Fading away.
So here is Christian Encarnacion Strand. 0 for 2, lined out to third and struck out. Oh, strike.
He's been automatic with that particular pitch. You can throw that for a strike consistently. A lot of times they don't swing in it, and they haven't. 7 times tonight. Strike 1 with that knuckle curve. The reason why is because you have to gear up to hit the upper 90s fastball for Garrett Cole. We've seen him top out at 99 miles an hour. First pitch, you're not going to go up there and sit on a knuckle curve in the lower 80s. Rarely will you.
One and two. Upstairs. He might be emptying the tank right here. He's at 90 pitches. It's at least at the start, it was a hot, humid day in Baltimore. It's cooled off after the rain. You can see he's kind of bathed in sweat. He's trying to get the final out of the 6th inning.
It's a good point, Michael. You see that velocity creep back up 98 miles an hour on the 91st pitch of the night.
And then the 6th inning, it's his heaviest pitch load since the 1st. This will be his 18th pitch of the inning. And they make him work more.
Can count on one hand the time I've seen Garrett Cole throw 2 changeups to a right-handed batter. That's how different he is now.
Fly ball, shallow right field, coming on Spencer Jones toward the line, and he makes the play. The wind really took that, and he hauled it in for the final out. So 2 hits, 2 men left. We go to the 7th. It's time for the defender, dynamic performer.
Who could it be? Of course, it's Garrett Cole on the mound. He's a defender, right? Run prevention.
Yeah, got a glove. Can he give them one more inning? 93 pitches. No handshake yet, so possibility exists. Ford scoreboard 5-1. Yankees lead. First pitch by Wolfram is low to Caballero. Caballero playing third. because of the injured thumb belonging to Ryan McMahon. As Meredith told us earlier, initial x-rays last night didn't show a break, but they might do more tests. They are going to do more tests in New York. Ryan Yarborough getting ready. We told you that one of the keys to this game, how will the Yankees navigate the final outs of the game, because everybody has been used so much and your top flight high leverage relievers are really not available. And the Yankees and Matt Blake and Aaron Boone, they're sticklers for keeping their guys healthy. You know, you want to win every game, but you're not going to roll people out 3 days in a row and then possibly lose them to injury. So they will stick to that. We'll see how they get those final outs. Swing and a miss. Caballero down on strikes. Back to the top of the order, and Trent Grisham. Trent's been on base twice, a walk and a single. Also hit into a double play. And that Yankee 3-run third. It's odd when you look up at the scoreboard in center. The Yankees have 2 crooked number innings, and runs have been so difficult for them to come by. So they have 5 on the board here in the 7th.
2 of those runs are unearned. But give the Yankees credit. They put pressure on and got a couple of big 2-out hits in that 3rd inning after that potential double play ball that Gunnar Henderson made the error on. A couple of clutch hits. 2-out RBIs are crushers when you're a pitcher. It's such a lift when you're on the offensive side. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Backbreakers.
And that's going to be challenged there by Grisham. It's called a strike. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. See if he gets it right.
The call's overturned.
And he does. The Yankees still retain their 2 challenges. Orioles have 1. I want to take the time, David. I'm sure that you would echo my sentiments to send out birthday wishes to Greg Nettles. 82 years old. Growing up, watching him play third base for the Yankees, it was a dream. He was just an amazing defender. I mean, you could really make strong cases that he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Puff. Happy birthday, Puff. The king of the Irish goodbye. The absolute king.
So he would just disappear and you'd have no idea.
Puff.
And also, if you read the books about the Yankees and a biting wit. He's the one who came up with the line when Sparky Lyle won the Cy Young Award in 1977, and the Yankees signed Goose Gossage, and then they ended up trading Lyle after. And he said, only guy to ever go from Cy Young to sayonara.
Great line.
Swing and a miss. 2 down as Wolfram strikes out 2. There's Rice.
That's a nice graphic. Been a while.
Swing and a miss. Nope, he fouled off, so he stays alive.
The whole different look on Garrett Cole's face, right? Yes, he did. Oh, little gut punch. Whole different guy right now than he was 10 minutes ago.
With that smile, I don't think he's coming out for the 7th.
Nope.
Fly ball left field. Beavers back. Comes in and makes the play as the Yankees go down in order. Happy 82nd birthday to Greg Nettles. Oh, what a third baseman. Great plays down the line. Lots of home runs. Big ones for the Yankees. Contributing to 2 championships and also a Yankee captain. Happy birthday, Greg Nettles. Thank you, guys. Let's check out tonight's Gusto game recap. 5-8-0 for the Yanks, 1-4-1 for the Orioles. Garrett went 6, as Willie said, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. Spencer Jones had a nice day. Kyle Bradish, 100 pitches over 5 2/3. He allowed the 5 runs. And Dylan Beavers, the only run against Garrett Cole, that home run. So Garrett Cole will watch the bullpen as the Yankees try to navigate these final 9 outs out of an exhausted bullpen. First out is Ryan Yarbrough. Foul back.
Under the radar, solid year for Yarbrough too, and you know that vaunted Yankee bullpen that's been so good lately.
Take a look at the Yankees bullpen budget, brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. You see all those 2 days in a row? He doesn't like to use pitchers 3 days in a row. Now, he had Cruz up because Cruz had a 3-pitch day on Tuesday. But it'll be interesting to see how they navigate this.
Garrett Cole threw 22 of 23 first pitch strikes, including 20 in a row to end. That's how you do it right there.
Well, if you just look at statistics, how much better a hitter is at 1-0 than 0-1. I mean, it's drastic. So that first pitch strike is so huge. One-two. Line down the left field line. It's foul. You know, today's a pretty big day in Yankee history. And you have to go back to 1964. And it is a day that lives on in Yankee history and probably will as long as there's baseball. Good pitch by Yarbrough to strike out Beavers looking. The Yankees had just gotten swept by the Chicago White Sox. They were not having a good season in 1964. And the young infielder Phil Linz had purchased a harmonica. And so they're on the bus going to the airport, and he's playing the harmonica after a tough Yankee loss. And Yogi Berra, the manager of the team that year, shouted, "Stop playing that." Linz didn't hear him, and he asked anybody, what did Yogi just say? And Mickey Mantle, being as mischievous as he is, said, "Play louder." So Linz played louder, and Yogi walked down the aisle of the bus and knocked the harmonica out of his hand. And it went flying. And after that incident, I guess the Yankees woke up. They went 30-13 the rest of the way to win the American League by 1 game and go to the World Series. And I believe that Phil Linz got an endorsement deal with Horner Harmonica because of that. What a great story in Yankee history. Did he go? No. But in the stories that you've heard about Mantle, couldn't you imagine him saying,
Absolutely.
"Play it louder"?
There's no doubt in my mind that's a true story.
And because the Yankees had gotten off to such a bad start, Yogi's fate was already sealed. The organization decided that he wasn't going to come back for a second year. And they had come to an agreement with Johnny Keane, who was the manager of the Cardinals, who the Yankees took to 7 games in the World Series. Fly ball, right field, and Yogi ended up losing his job, and Johnny Keane became the Yankee manager. And because Yogi was such a good luck charm in Yankee history, all he did was win championships. He left. The Yankees didn't win for a long time. There was a big drop-off at 65, and they didn't get back to the World Series again until 1976. 2 down. Here's Colton Cowser. Oh, and 1.
Here's a little flip stat to put a bow on Garrett Cole's night for you. I talked about the first pitch strike. So he had 21 0-2 or 1-2 counts tonight, and just 1 2-0 count or a 2-1 count. That's a dominating performance. You were on top of them all night, had them on the defensive, dictating the pace. That's how it's done.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. That's a big inning for the Yankees and for Ryan Yarbrough. 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. The Mass Mutual moment.
Hammered the other way. Elliot Ramos. It's his first ribeye steak as a Yankee, and it tastes good.
Hyundai scoreboard, 5-1 Yankees. So first career ribby as a Yankee, as David said. Also, he had a 17-game streak dating to back when he was with the Giants that he had not driven in a run. That's a long time for a player not to drive in a run. So he finally got that off his back. Albert Suarez is the new Orioles pitcher, and he will deal to Ramos. 1-0. Wolfram did a good job for the Orioles. 4 up, 4 down with 2 strikeouts. Now Ramos, Garcia, and Chisholm, 3, 4, and 5 in the order. The numbers on Albert. Popped up. See if it stays in play. Alonso can't make the play. Off his glove as he was leaning into the camera well.
Oh, in and out.
Two and 2.
Kind of looked away, you know, because the rail, waiting for the hit.
Couldn't hold up. He goes around, and Ramos down on strikes. And that'll bring up Garcia in the 6th inning. He and Jones hit home runs. Take a look at the exit velocities presented by Spectrum. Garcia 107.1. Jones a little bit better, 108. But Garcia's traveled a little bit farther, 413 feet. That's 25th home run of the year.
Loud and long.
1-0. On Garcia. Struck out looking in the 2nd. Infield single, roller right down the 3rd baseline. They did not kick foul. A single for him in the 3rd. And then the home run in the 6th. Oh, base hit. How about that? A 3-hit night for Garcia.
Very quick bat. Spinning and grinning.
Jazz Chisholm on base 3 times last night, but 0 for 3 tonight. Jazz in his last 19 games has 9 hits and 61 at bats. So quickly 0-2. Fouled away. Varner goes. Line drive. It is a base hit down the right field line. Garcia had made the slide into 2nd, gets back up. They're waving him home. Here he comes. He will score. Jazz goes to 3rd with a triple and a run batted in. And the Yankees lead 6-1.
Oh, off speed, down and in, and laced. And Jazz was flying around the bases. Garcia had plenty of time. He's going to get deked at 2nd base and actually slide. They still have time to find the ball and easily score.
Infield in with Lombard at the plate, and there's a strike.
And I'll put Jazz Chisholm in the top 5 in the game and going home to 3rd on a triple. I mean, that's as fast as it gets. It's all right in front of him. He knows it. He sees it. Yes. Turn it on now. That's not even all he's got right there. Made it look easy.
Right back to the pitcher. Jazz is coming home, and he is out. Suarez shoveled it to Narvaez to get the 2nd out.
Contact play, going immediately. Make a play, and they did. With the glove flip. Highlight style.
There's Spencer Jones, 2 hits tonight and 2 runs scored. Big swing there. 0-1. One and two.
What a wicked swing from Spencer Jones.
Did he go? No. 2-2. Well, Tampa Bay lost to Toronto today. So if the Yankees could hold on here, they'll move to within 4 games of first place in the East. Runner goes. Line drive. It's a base hit to right center field. Lombard Jr. will stop at third. It's the 3rd hit for Spencer Jones. And it is 1st and 3rd with 2 outs.
Down and out over the plate. Hammered again. Big night for the rookie.
You know, he wants to put on a show because starting his rehab assignment tonight is Cody Bellinger. And by the weekend, at some point, if all goes well, he might be activated. Somebody has to lead the 26-man roster.
And Michael, that Rail Riders game was delayed to start, but they are underway. Cody Bellinger singled in his first at bat. Aaron Boone saying earlier today, probably going to need more than 1 rehab game, but was not ruling out this weekend. So you think maybe Sunday for Cody Bellinger.
So the 6 runs and the 11 hits, an embarrassment of riches for Aaron Boone. Jones goes, no throw, stolen base of 2nd for Jones. That's his 7th stolen base. One and 0 on Wells. Foul back here. Fouled away. Nobody in the Yankee bullpen, so it'll be Yarbrough again in the 8th. We're at the 1-2-3-7. Swing and a miss. Wells down on strikes. But the Yankees add a run. They're up by 5. Stream the latest episode of The Stadium and see the dramatic inside story of how the recent 3-night run of Jay-Z concerts led to one of the most epic experiences in stadium history. Watch The Stadium, streaming now on the Gotham Sports app. And if you missed the premiere a few nights ago, you really got to check this out. Really fascinating look at what on behind the scenes of that concert. Hyundai scoreboard 6-1, the Yankees lead. Narvaez will lead off against Yarbrough. There's a strike.
You know, Michael, I check social media in between innings, you know, and check out X, Twitter. Top hat idea is not real popular.
Really? They don't like it?
It's not going over too well.
Well, I know our colleague, Paul O'Neill, not a big fan of those demonstrations, especially when they do that when a team is losing.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. I couldn't see Paul O'Neill putting on a top hat.
No. One and two on Narvaez. Hit Ryan Addington right in the mask. So Wells gives him some time to recover. Cruz up again. Kicks away. So now, David, I found the secret for all of the analysts that work with me on Yes. Here's the 2-2. Fly ball right field. Jones. Joe Girardi, I will bring him a snack. You know what he likes? Peppermint patties.
Peppermint patty guy.
Yeah, because it doesn't have a lot of fat in it. Paul O'Neill, any kind of food, particularly pizza. And now tonight, I find out your weak spot, peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
You really smiled when I brought them.
The bag's gone. The whole
that was
bag
the
is
purpose.
gone. Flattened it out.
And Meredith likes blueberries. You don't find Meredith's snacks in the snack section. It's got to be something healthy.
Yeah, she's a Whole Foods girl.
Holiday's 0 for 3.
Players like the seeds, sunflower seeds. That's big in the dugouts. You know, the thing about a major league dugout is guys just spit the seeds on the floor.
Right.
They used to drive George Steinbrenner crazy. He hated that. Come down, look at his dugout, and got, you know, they're slobs. Big league players are slobs.
Breaking ball misses. 2-1. Right there.
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't do that in your house.
Exactly. That's how George Steinbrenner thought. He hated that. Oh, that drove him crazy.
I guess a lot of people don't eat sunflower seeds at home. I mean, what would you do with the shells, right?
I mean, you could get a cup and spit them in a cup. You don't have to spit them on the floor.
Would the boss bring it up to you guys?
No, we just hear through the grapevine. You would hear him every now and then in spring training. He'd get the security guy or get the, you know, the janitor over and clean up the dugout floors.
Two. Still 2-2.
But not to mention in the 70s, the chewing tobacco days.
Right. So it was really filthy.
Oh, it's just disgusting. Sunflower seeds and tobacco juice.
Two balls, 2 strikes and out. Foul back. Boy, Holiday really looks young. We know he's young, but he really looks young. Chop to Chisholm. Holiday really made that close on a routine ground ball to second. So Holiday's 0 for 4, 0 for 12 in the series. And we take a look at the Mercedes-Benz road ahead. Yankees head home after the game. 3 with the Blue Jays. Monday is an off day. 3 with the Astros, and then 4 against the Red Sox. Look at him flying down the line. That should be the rule, not the exception, but unfortunately in baseball, it is the exception. There's Alonso. The fact that we point it out when it happens tells you that it's an exception. And I once asked Joe Girardi about that because he used to chap a lot of people that Robinson Cano would kind of take his time running the first on a ground ball. And Joe just looked at me and said, he plays 161 games a year. He said, so if he flies down the line on a ball that he knows is going to be out and then pulls a hamstring and I lose him for 2 weeks, it doesn't help anybody. He said, I'm fine with it.
You're not losing them for 2 weeks either nowadays. Hamstrings are more like a month. Cody Bellinger, how long he's been out?
And a strike. And Joe obviously a stickler for playing the game right, but I guess he weighed the positives and the negatives.
Different schools of thought.
Dribbled back to Yarbrough. A very strong 2 innings for the Yankee left-hander. 6 up, 6 downs as we go to the 9th. Yankees up 6-1. Well, fans, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager, plus a look ahead to the series with the Blue Jays. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. 3 more outs, and it'll be another Yankee road victory. And the Yankee road record brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Best road records in baseball. Dodgers 40-25, Yankees 40-28, hoping to go to 41-28. And that's a good way to win a lot of games because you want to beat up people at home and usually want to play 500 on the road, but they're doing much better than that as Caballero fouls one away.
You know what? You know, on this road trip alone, the Yankees were staring at getting swept in Toronto. And Ben Rice hit that big redemption home run on a getaway day, and now here they are staring at sweeping the Orioles. So maybe that was a turning point for them. Dusty Baker was a huge believer in that getaway days wins when you're on the road. Plane flight so much better. We saw that on the charter. Everybody was looser, happy, got an off day, enjoy it. And you come in here to Baltimore and you're staring at being able to sweep them potentially 3 outs away.
Now, in terms of sweeping, the Yankees have had 14 opportunities this year to sweep a series, and they're 7-7. And they have a pretty good record under Boone since he's taken over as manager. They're 81-65 when they have an opportunity to sweep.
Haven't seen that look on Aaron Boone's face in a while.
What, relaxed?
It's not 1-1 after 8. And daydream believer.
Ground ball. Henderson. One away here in the 9th. Back at top of the order in Trent Grisham. A walk, a single, 1 for 3. Well, to this point, the Yankees have certainly cooled down the Orioles, who came in feeling pretty good about things, taking 3 out of 4 in Tampa Bay. But they're 3 outs away from getting swept by the Yankees. 2-1.
This guy's been in the middle of all the run scoring for the most part. Trent Grisham got hot at the right time.
Shallow center, backing up is Henderson. 2 down. Here's Ben Rice. Ben 1 for 3, RBI single in the 3rd, picking up his 80th ribby of the year, and he walked in the 5th. Also scored a run. Right back to Suarez. And that'll do it as the Yankees go down in order. 3 more outs to go. Time to name that Yankee. It's a 10. It's a tough one. Started with the Orioles, finished with the Padres, and it's Kurt Blefary. Kurt Blefary, former Rookie of the Year. And we have some video from the vault in black and white. That's at Fenway. Nice graphics. I love it. And then practicing the bunt. Nice left-handed swing, goes the other way. Oh, that'll be in there, into the corner, and bouncing into the seats. Number 13, Kurt Blefary. And Yarborough deals a strike to Henderson. He grew up in Brooklyn, grew up in Mahwah, attended Wagner College, Rookie of the Year in '65, and his OPS with the Yankees 1.007. Sixth best all time. 0-2.
1965 Rookie of the Year.
We need those graphics again. Nice and big. Look at that. Went behind the plate and caught Tom Phoebus's no-hitter.
Catcher's Townsend, the pitch.
Wall's going to challenge that. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Well, he's good at this. So you overturn it and you get a strikeout for your pitcher. Just hit the corner. You know, it hasn't finished the job yet, David, but it will be so appreciated in that dugout and in that clubhouse what Yarborough's done. I mean, this was a dire circumstance for the Yankees. How do we get these 9 outs? And this guy's come in and 7 up, 7 down. He's got 2 more to go. But that's a bullpen saver.
It's a great point. It's not the first time he's done this either. Under the radar, you look at his numbers, he's been solid. Such a variety of style, right? I mean, this is not a power guy, but really a movement specialist. Throws below hitting speed, great changeup.
1-2 on Basayo.
73-mile-an-hour sweeper right there. He can pitch.
Fly ball right field. Jones comes in. And the Yankees an out away. Tomorrow, watch another Yankees ace on yes as Cy Young candidate Cam Slitler takes the mound in the series opener with the Blue Jays. Extended coverage starts at 5 with first pitch from the stadium set for 7:05 on yes. And of course, the Gotham Sports app. Here's Encarnacion Strand. Throwing strikes, keeping him off balance. 0-1. So he's thrown 40 pitches. He's going to have a couple of days off after this for sure. But it's what the Yankees needed tonight. Cruz is up just in case things go awry. They'd like to stay away from him because he has pitched 2 days in a row. And a strike away. 2-2 on Encarnacion Strand.
Tight little cutter there, 85 miles an hour.
And the pitch. 3-2. And the payoff. Stays alive. The Yankee fans in the crowd, they're standing looking for the final out. Yankees lead 6-1. And really making it work for that final out. Swing and a miss. What a performance by Ryan Yarbrough. He gets the save. Garrett Cole, 6 innings of 1-run ball. He gets the win. First RBI for Ramos. A big night for Garcia. The Yankees sweep the Orioles. They go 4-2 on the road trip.
Garrett Cole was outstanding. The Yankee bullpen all series outstanding. 12 2/3 innings in this series from the Yankee bullpen. Only 1 run given up. That'll get it done.
And now, your traditional point to somebody in the crowd. That line is growing every single game. More coaches added. Who do they know in every single city? It's fascinating. Well, the Yankees do win this one. They cooled down the Orioles. A big day for Spencer Jones. 3 hits for him. And the Yankees sweep the O's. We'll come back with awards and the postgame after that. Yankees win 6-1. We take a look at the game-changing drives to the game, brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
It's always a good thing when it's plural. Drives of the game. That from Luis Garcia Jr. was a bomb. And then on the back end, the other way, Spencer Jones, his 7th on the year. Right on time.
Time for the Chevy player of the game.
And of course, it's on the mound. Garrett Cole was on top of the O's lineup all night long. Consistently ahead in the count. The one stat that jumped out at me, it was 22 for 23 in first pitch strikes.
6-11-0, beating 1-4-1. Took 2 hours and 44 minutes. Spencer Jones, will hear from him with Meredith on the field on the postgame show. Garrett Cole picks up his 7th win. Yarbrough, his 3rd save. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Justin Shackle, Willie Randolph, and Jack Curry. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and our executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. Jared Ames Boschnack. Hey, join us again tomorrow when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays at Yankee Stadium. Conference begins at 5 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 7. Once again, the final score of the New York Yankees 6, the Baltimore Orioles 1. Yankees sweep the O's. For David Cohn and Meredith Marakovitz, I'm Michael Kay, saying see ya from Oriole Park.